Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. If you have not seen my video of breaking down day one of the Indiana Fever's training camp, go check that out. Right now, we're going to get a look at the Chicago Sky and what went down in training camp day one for that team. As I imagine you remember, the Sky fired Teresa Weatherspoon and hired Tyler Marsh, who was assisting over in Las Vegas. So on April 22nd, the Sky put out this image of all the assistant coaches and player development people, etc. Not going to go over all that, but this guy right here in the center is Tyler Marsh, and he now is at the helm in Chicago. Courtney Vandersloot is back with Chicago. She was away and she said, I'm back home. And in this footage, he's just weaving, and the scoop layup to the basket. So let's take a look at this one. First, you're going to see Courtney Vandersloot drive to the basket. And she gets it underneath to Camila Cardoso, 6'7". Now, last year, Camila was not utilized as she should have been. Hopefully, Tyler Marsh will have a different game plan and will utilize this 6'7" baller. Let's look again. And speaking of Mr. Marsh, there he is checking things out. Now let's take a look at Angel Reese. So in the first one here, she's going to fake as if she's going left, then she goes right and completes the play with the layup. And then this one, she's calling for the ball. She gets it at the top. And then she delivers the backdoor pass again. And the finish on the left side. Let's take another look at Camila Cardoso here, working a little two-man game with Vandersloot. By the way, you can see Haley Van Lith right here. Okay, we're going to take another look at Camila Cardoso, and then I got to say something. Like I said on my Fever video, it's day one of training camp, so you got to extend some grace, but there's a pet peeve of mine that is going to show up here. And those who have been around the Adrienne Ross Show and those who are members of the Adrienne Ross Show, they probably know exactly what I'm going to say. Camila Cardoso is going to set a screen, and Courtney Vandersloot is going to go to the basket. Keep your eyes on Camila Cardoso. Okay, so those of you who've been around the channel, what am I going to say? Because you've heard me say it a million times. You've heard me say it concerning the Indiana Fever. If you're a member of the channel, when I do basketball lessons and in our exclusive content, I've talked about the screen and roll. I've shown how people are supposed to roll. I've talked about it. You're probably tired of me talking about it. And many of you agree with me because I see your comments whenever I talk about it. But let's take a look at Camila and how she sets the screen and then rolls to the basket. I'm going to turn the sound off. So she cuts across. She sets the screen for Courtney Vandersloot. Here she is right here. Then what does she do? She turns the wrong way. And you've heard me say it over and over again. It's not just the Chicago Sky, it's the Indiana Fever. It's so many people. And I wonder, are they not teaching this anymore? Are they not demanding this anymore? So again, she comes over, she sets the screen, and then instead of the reverse pivot like she's supposed to, which would seal the person she's screening behind her, instead of doing that, she turns the other way. Therefore, she doesn't put herself between the person she screened and Courtney. Now, Courtney scored anyway, but it's not always going to happen. Do it the right way. If you reverse pivot and go that way, then this player is behind you, which opens up more room for the person you screened for. And nobody seems to deal with this anymore. Not here, not the Fever, not I've seen it in other places. It is a pet peeve of mine because you guys have heard me say, take care of the little things and the big things will take care of themselves. So I could go over this over and over again. Here she is. Here's the person she's screening, and she turns that way, which puts this person it can get through. If she went that way, the reverse pivot and opened up, your belly button follows the ball. That's the way it's supposed to be, and for good reason. Well, the other way is go boom. This is like I said, this is such a pet peeve of mine. When I was coaching, this is what I would do. That whistle, I got that whistle. If you set the screen and you don't turn the proper way, beep, I'm blowing the whistle. All right, let's do it again. Set the screen, beep, beep. Do it again. It got to the point now, it's sort of like they would set a screen and then it would be like, ah, and they'd catch themselves doing it, but it's not being corrected. And I don't understand. I don't get it. Can we get back to that basic? Because it matters. It's really important. Okay, like I said, it's the first day, but this is not like a first day thing. This is just the thing now. Anyway, for the drive-bys who think I never say anything, I never critique the Fever. Well, the people in this channel know I talk about this all the time, and in particular with Aaliyah Boston. Here's something else, another drill. So just have defense on her, cutting to the basket, getting the balls by the defense, and then putting it up. So here it is again. So you can see falling for the ball, in good position, almost like a post-up position, but really cutting, getting it, finishing. And this I love because I am a huge proponent of running people. So here they are, sprints, suicides, 14s. So there is a little look at the Chicago Sky. Indiana will be playing Chicago 5 times, I believe, this year. So you got to see Indiana, you got to see Chicago. Day one training camp is so short in the WNBA. You really got to get after it. And in the Sky, let me go back because I think they've got like 18 people in their training camp. Let's go back and look at that. Yeah, here it is. This is the roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Whew. So they've got to weed through 18 people. Whew, my goodness. That means that people have to prove themselves. They need to do it fast because training camp is short and everybody wants a spot. So not everybody can have a spot. We'll see what happens. Make sure you subscribe to the Adrienne Ross Show if you haven't done so. Hey, hit that join button on my homepage to see about the memberships we have. And if you say, I don't see a join button, which sometimes people don't, maybe you don't see it on your phone. I don't know. If you're not on the desktop, you don't see the join button, then you can go into the description of every video and you'll see something that says join the channel or something like that. It has a link. Click the link and you'll find out about the 4 memberships. Select one. I'd most appreciate it. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.